Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good day, good people. Those who are listening from all across the world, in whatever time zone you're in, it's a great day for transformation. Welcome back to another morning manifestation session. I am your host, Samuel Crumby Jr., aka Samion. It's an absolute pleasure to be with you again, as today is Friday, June 16th, 2023. And I am the founder and host of One Transformation Center. I'm the creator of One Transformation Center, where we celebrate humanity. And it's our absolute pleasure to continue to be with you as our mission is to inspire, motivate, heal lives and relationships across the globe. Good morning, good morning. And we like to consider ourselves as the proverbial fuel station, filling you up, so that you don't have to run on empty today. That's a good feeling, isn't it? To not have to worry about being close to eat or giving from yourself without having to feel like you have to fill up, stop and fill up throughout the day. That's what we're here to do, give you the tools and resources that you need in order to go forth and be the very best version of yourself, of your divine self. To position yourself to truly be the extension and reflection of the Creator. For you are a spiritual being having a human experience. You know that, right? I hope so. If not, we're going to remind you of that each morning, each day, here at One Transformation Center. So for those who are here for the first time, we say welcome. Those who are returning, welcome back. We're grateful that you've joined us on this journey and look forward to continuously having you. So for those who are here for the first time, this is what we do. We start our morning out with a couple of stretches, get the blood flowing. Move into a space of breathing. We call it Breathe for Life. Then we transition over to our oath of manifestation, then our affirmative reading, and our prayer of gratitude. Then you go forth and conquer the day. Are you ready for that? I am. Let's get this party started. Oh, before we go any further, don't forget to please like, share, and comment from wherever you're listening to this morning. All right. Let's begin to move, get some stretches. Whether you're standing, sitting in your bed, in the chair, whatever you may be doing at this moment, let's begin our segment called The Breath of Life. Now, with this space, when we're breathing, we want to allow ourselves to inhale through our nose while aligning and accepting, embracing, allowing, accepting, and embracing everything that's working together for our absolute best and highest good. Every idea, every philosophy, every person, place, and thing. Then we can transition over to, as we exhale, letting go of everything, every idea, every thought, every philosophy, every limiting belief, everything you thought that you were, making room for everything that you truly are. So, as we lift our arms to the sky, begin to stretch upwards. I want us to take a deep inhale through our nose. Let's begin. Inhale and stretch, stretch, stretch as high as you can. And exhale as you release your arms. See, breathing is good for us. We forget to breathe frequently. Stretch again. As we inhale. Stretch. And when we forget to breathe, release, let it go. Reach your arms to the side. We forget to breathe. We unconsciously limit our flow of oxygen. We limit our vitality and viability. We limit the oxytocin that begins to flow through our bodies. And we limit the opportunities for us to move from a space of response instead of reaction. So let's continue to breathe as we inhale through our nose. And exhale through our mouths. One more again. Clear your mind. Let go of everything that you've been holding on to. Release everything that no longer serves you and make room for that which is working together, which is waiting for your arrival. Inhale through your nose. And release through your mouth. Shrug your shoulders a little bit. Roll them to the back. Back to the front. Turn your torso to the left. And then to the right. All the while just continuing to breathe naturally. Left. And back to the right. Let's take our last deep breath. Inhale through your nose. And exhale through your mouth. Yes. One last stretch up to the sky. Reach high. Reach, 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 reach. Beyond your comfort zone, reach. Back down to the side. Relax. Relax. Roll your shoulders out back to the, roll your shoulders again. And shake it out. How does that feel? Feels good, doesn't it? Feels lighter? Well, that's what life is supposed to feel like. That's what it feels to be alive. Now let's transition over to our oath of manifestation. Oath of manifestation, which I like to call a Declaration of Independence. It is the very thing that disconnects us from that group thinking of lack and limitations. It's the promise that we make to ourselves to align with all that is known and unknown, seen and unseen, that which is tangible and intangible, expected and unexpected. So join me as we begin to declare the oath of manifestation. You see it on the screen now? And we declare, I accept and receive unexpected good, unexpected money, unexpected love, unexpected kindness, unexpected generosity, unexpected offers, unexpected prosperity, coming in unexpected ways from unexpected places, in my life and in the life of others. I am constantly guided and boldly empowered to receive the lavish abundance of the universe. I accept the principle that abundance and prosperity have already been given to me. My acceptance makes it real and opens the space for manifestation to rush in. I open wide the doors of my consciousness to receive and to give. It is done now. Through this oath of manifestation, all things are possible. I declare absolutely that I live in a friendly universe that is always providing for me. I feel it powerfully happening now. I open to receive more abundance and to give more abundance than I have ever experienced before. I can afford anything I desire. In fact, I am so prosperous, I need never worry again. I am grateful for all that I already have, and grateful for all that I'm ready to give. I keep myself lifted in high consciousness, no matter what the appearances are. God is all there is. I let the God times roll, and so it is. Now allow this promise, this oath that you have committed yourself to today, to be placed at the front of your mind as a gentle reminder of who you are and all that is available for you. To rest on the mantle of your heart in safekeeping, and to activate your every cell at the core of your being, charging your DNA to operate for your best and highest good in accordance to this promise that you've made to yourself today. We give thanks, for you are deserving. All right. Fantastic. Now it's time for us to move to our affirmative reading. It's time to transition over to our affirmative reading of the day, which comes from A Course in Miracles. Course in Miracles, which you could find at acim.org. acim.org. And today's lesson comes from today's reminder, which I like to call it as an affirmation, comes from lesson 167, which serves us with the lesson, or the reminder, there is one life, and that I share with God. There is one life, and that I share with God. So let's take a moment as we affirm that statement, as we accept the statement and affirm the statement. There is one life that I share with God. Let's bring ourselves to a space of rest and listen to today's affirmative reading by way of our narrator.
Lesson 167. There is one life, and that I share with God. There are not different kinds of life, for life is like the truth. It does not have degrees. It is the one condition in which all that God created share. Like all his thoughts, it has no opposite. There is no death because what God created shares his life. There is no death because an opposite to God does not exist. There is no death because the Father and the Son are one. In this world, there appears to be a state that is life's opposite. You call it death. Yet we have learned that the idea of death takes many forms. It is the one idea which underlies all feelings that are not supremely happy. It is the alarm to which you give response of any kind that is not perfect joy. All sorrow, loss, anxiety, and suffering and pain, even a little sigh of weariness, a slight discomfort, or the merest frown, acknowledge death, and thus deny you live. You think that death is of the body, yet it is but an idea, irrelevant to what is seen as physical. Thought is in the mind. It can be then applied as mind directs it. But its origin is where it must be changed if change occurs. Ideas leave not their source. The emphasis this course has placed on that idea is due to its centrality in our attempts to change your mind about yourself. It is the reason you can heal. It is the cause of healing. It is why you cannot die. Its truth established you as one with God. Death is the thought that you are separate from your Creator. It is the belief conditions change, emotions alternate, because of causes you cannot control, you did not make, and you can never change. It is the fixed belief ideas can leave their source and take on qualities the source does not contain, becoming different from their own origin, apart from it in kind, as well as distance, time, and form. Death cannot come from life. Ideas remain united to their source. They can extend all that their source contains. In that, they can go far beyond themselves. But they cannot give birth to what was never given them. As they are made, so will their making be. As they were born, so will they then give birth. And where they come from, there will they return. The mind can think it sleeps, but that is all. It cannot change what is its waking state. It cannot make a body, nor abide within a body. What is alien to the mind does not exist because it has no source. For mind creates all things that are, and cannot give them attributes it lacks, nor change its own eternal, mindful state. It cannot make the physical. What seems to die is but the sign of mind asleep. The opposite of life can only be another form of life. As such, it can be reconciled with what created it because it is not opposite in truth. Its form may change. It may appear to be what it is not. Yet mind is mind, awake or sleeping. It is not its opposite in anything created, nor in what it seems to make when it believes it sleeps. God creates only mind awake. He does not sleep, and his creations cannot share what he gives not, nor make conditions which he does not share with them. The thought of death is not the opposite to thoughts of life. Forever unopposed by opposites of any kind, the thoughts of God remain forever changeless, with the power to extend forever changelessly, but yet within themselves, for they are everywhere. What seems to be the opposite of life is merely sleeping. When the mind elects to be what it is not, and to assume an alien power which it does not have, a foreign state it cannot enter, or a false condition not within its source, it merely seems to go to sleep a while. It dreams of time, an interval in which what seems to happen never has occurred. The changes wrought are substanceless, and all events are nowhere. When the mind awakes, it but continues as it always was. Let us today be children of the truth and not deny our holy heritage. Our life is not as we imagine it. Who changes life because he shuts his eyes, or makes himself what he is not because he sleeps, and sees in dreams an opposite to what he is? We will not ask for death in any form today, nor will we let imagined opposites to life abide even an instant where the thought of life eternal has been set by God himself. His holy home we strive to keep today as he established it, and wills it be forever and forever. He is Lord of what we think today, and in his thoughts, which have no opposite, we understand there is one life, and that we share with him, with all creation, with their thoughts as well, whom he created in a unity of life that cannot separate in death and leave the source of life from where it came. We share one life because we have one source, a source from which perfection comes to us, remaining always in the holy minds which he created perfect. As we were, so are we now and will forever be. A sleeping mind must waken as it sees its own perfection mirroring the Lord of life so perfectly, it fades into what is reflected there. And now it is no more a mere reflection. It becomes the thing reflected and the light which makes reflection possible. No vision now is needed, for the wakened mind is one that knows its source, itself, its holiness.
And that is the reading, the affirmative reading of the day. It's from lesson 167, which affirms and reminds us there is one life, and that is the life I share with God. As I read this, as I was reading this, I like to find what's that question that's being asked of me this morning that I can really help me to really dive deeper into today's lesson. And the question that came to me, because when I say dive deep into today's lesson, this is not about me listening to words. This is saying, how can I apply this message? How can this affirmation be applicable to my journey today? How can I wear this like a garment of clothing? How can I digest this like a wonderful pastry? How can I drink this to quench my thirst? And as I was doing that, the question came to me, where do you focus your thoughts more? On life or on death? I think this is a question that we all need to ask ourselves. Why? Well, this is a direct correlation of the life that you live, of your everyday experiences. Well, what do you mean? And you may think, well, I'm not planning my funeral. I'm not, writing a will and testament. I'm not putting myself into situations that will cause me to die. But are you putting yourself in situations that are causing you to live? Are you creating experiences and environments that are creating a greater vitality of life, giving you a greater hunger for life? Or are you just existing? Are you allowing yourself to really open the limitless nature that life brings to you? Or are you focusing on the ideas, the thoughts of getting older, the ideas and thoughts of not having enough, or the ideas and thoughts of something or someone out to get you? Many of us out here, especially in this day and time, there's a lot of conspiracies that we can subscribe to. Yet the question we must ask ourselves is, are these conspiracies serving us a dish of life or of death? Are they giving us the space that we can have a greater, more heightened experiences? Or are they driving us into a space of fear, into a shell of distrust, of uncertainty? We have to make a decision. We can't live in two worlds, for there is only one world, and there's only one life. When we can let our egos go, EGO, edging God out, when we can stop edging God out, then we can fully avail ourselves to the opportunities, the benefits, the blessings, the favor of life. Well, what's that have to do with ego, you may ask? Well, the Creator promised us eternal life. Anything outside of that is not a part of the promise. Death was never mentioned in that promise. We like to hear it being said all the time, die to self, die to self, die to self. Well, the reality is we need to begin to live for self, to make a conscientious decision to live, and to live more vibrantly, more vital, with greater vibrance. Think about it. If you're truly living your best life, that's infectious, isn't it? Wouldn't you unconsciously give other people permission to live their best life as well? Even though the so-called haters may be looking at you like, man, what are they doing? But they're only doing that from a space of envy. Because they too desire to live their best life. They desire to unsubscribe to this philosophy and idea of death, of fear, of frustration and agitation, of disappointment, of discouragement, of dis-ease. They desire to live a life of love, full and vibrant. They desire to live a life of peace that surpasses all understanding. They desire to know and to welcome on a continuous basis joy that surpasses anything they've ever experienced before. They desire to have experiences that heighten them, that make them more curious and more aware of the opportunities that are there versus the opportunities that appear to be against them. Now, I'm not naive by any measure. I do know that there's some things that go on, and there's some experiences that are being created. Some snares. I do understand that there's been some rules that have been created in one world that violate and do not honor the world, the truth that God has created for us, that we've been created in. Yet, even in that space, guess what else I understand? We give power and authority to those things that do not exist. For there is only one law, and that's God's law. What being is greater than the Creator? That which is omnipotent, that which is all powerful. What is greater than that which has created the earth and the firmaments and the heavens and the firmaments thereof, and 6 days and rested on the seventh? What is greater than those that has created out of mere matter, or just from a voice, who was created from a space of speech, everything that exists? In the midst of darkness, simply said, let there be light. What is greater? And there was. And there was. As God is for us, what could be against us? I'm going to say that again. I didn't say if, I said as God is for us, what could be against us? And there is one life, continuous. One continuous life. How are you going to utilize it? It's not too late. I don't care if you're 15 or 55. I don't care if you're 75. It's not too late to begin to live. The only thing stopping you, the only limitations that you have are the ones that you impose upon yourself. It was written in today's message. It says, let us today be children of the truth and not deny our holy inheritance. Our holy heritage. Do you not realize that you are created in the image and reflection thereof? Do you not realize that you are a chosen generation, a peculiar person, that you are a royal priesthood? Have you forgotten who you are and whose you are? It was also written, his holy home we strive to keep today as he established it. Not establishes, not will establish, but has established. It has been consistent, non-changing, unchanging. And it reads, continues to read, and wills it be forever and ever. I'll repeat that. His holy home we strive to keep today as he established it. And wills it be forever and ever. It's talking about eternity, people. It's not talking about just for a month, a moment, a day, an hour, a second. It's about eternity. It says he is the Lord of what we think today, and in his thoughts, which have no opposite. Which have no opposite. It says we understand there is one life, and that we share with him, with all creation, with their thoughts as well, whom he created in a unity of life that cannot separate in death and leave the source of life from which it came. Why? We share one life because we have one source. I'll say it again. We share one life because we have one source. That source never dies. The light never dies. A source from which Perfection comes to us remaining always in the holy minds, which he created perfect. Which he created perfect. You are created perfect. It's time that we accept that fact and stop trying to figure out how to become perfection. You are already perfect. We have been told differently. We have been blinded by the fact of that. You have been created perfect. Now, if you can just fine-tune your vehicle from time to time, do the maintenance that you need to do on your vessel and your vehicle to keep it moving in prime optimum condition, then you will understand. Nothing that you needed to do had anything to do with your creation. You were created perfect. So live in that space of perfection. I'll ask this one more time. Where will you focus your thoughts? Going forth, where will you focus your thoughts? Will you focus on life? Or will you focus on endings? I'm going to say it again. Will you focus on life or will you focus on death? Will you focus on continuations or will you focus on completions or endings? For what you think is the end is just the next chapter. It's an opportunity to continue. Won't you give yourself that chance? Won't you accept that opportunity for more heightening experiences, awareness that you can take the wisdom of your life experiences with you and apply it to your journey thereforth. It's like a driver. When you first start to drive, you're very focused on staying between the lines. You're very focused on the speed limit. You're very focused on the traffic that surrounds you, on where you're trying to get to. But when you become more seasoned, with greater wisdom and experience, now you begin to lean back in your seat a little bit more with comfort. You don't have to look at the gauge as much as you once did. You're not as always concerned where you're going because you know how to get there. It's natural for you to stay between the lines, so you're no longer holding the steering wheel with two hands. Now you may be driving it with one finger. You're listening to your radio as you're cruising down the road because you're more confident. And you're focusing on, instead of being focused on hitting somebody or hurting someone or messing up your car, now you're focused on enjoying the ride, enjoying the experience of the drive. Let's take the time to begin to enjoy life and to let go of the idea and the identity of death. Let us pray. Let us pray. Father, Mother God, we give thanks to you today and for this message. We give thanks for the wonderful reminder and the affirming thought that there is one life, and that life we share with you. For you've given us the spirit of living. For you have taught us and reminded us of the gift of eternal life that has been ours from the very beginning. We give thanks to you today for the clarification of what it is to live, for the understanding that life is ours and that death does not exist in that space, in that realm. We give thanks for the moment, the opportunity to be able to shift our mindset, to change our level of consciousness, to be able to receive all the benefits that life brings to us today, so that we may go forth and harness the gifts, the blessings, the opportunities, the advantages of life. We accept the opportunity to heighten our joy, to remove the conditions of our love, to transcend any potential limitations and ideologies they may attempt to get us to subscribe to anything other than life. We choose to be the best and highest version of ourselves, to be the light to the world through living, through our living. As we go forth today, remind us of this affirmation that is given to us in lesson 167 that says that there is one life. And I have the privilege, the honor to share it with my Creator. Thank you for that honor and this privilege. Thank you for the removal of the limitations for us to exercise the ego, putting it back in its proper place, while remembering that we have been created perfectly. Give us the conviction today to operate in our perfection. The conviction to seize the opportunities and to understand the value that we have, and that we are worthy of all that you have for us, the abundance, the prosperity, and the promises that you've never forsaken. We give thanks for this moment. Hear us today as we begin to listen to you greater than we've ever listened before. In each moment as we begin to speak with you, we desire to hear from you as we continue our journey today. Father, Mother God, we just ask that your will is continuously being done on earth as it is in heaven, and that we have a greater access to your mind, to your way, to your will, to your plan. And we offer ourselves as that vehicle and vessel to bring forth your plan in this fullness, in this moment and forevermore. We are grateful. We're grateful for the expansion of our territory. We're grateful that you continuously bless us indeed. We're grateful for the healing of our minds, our bodies, our spirits, and our energy. We're grateful for all of our provisions, large and small. We're grateful. We're grateful for the reminder that you are our source. You are the provider of all things. You are the restorer of our peace, of our mind, of our happiness, of our joy. We give thanks for this. As we are here for you today, have your will to be done. And so it is. Amen. Amen. And Ashe. Asheo. All right, good people, that concludes our session for today. If you missed any part of it, please feel free to go back. Go to YouTube. Go to YouTube and check out the One Transformation Center page. And you will find it. Morning Manifestation Session 06, June 16th, 2023. 06/16/2023. Go back and listen from the beginning. Partake in the exercises. Get the full experience. And then leave us a comment. Let us know what you thought about it. Let us know how it made you feel. Give us some feedback. We appreciate it. But we're here for you. We're here to inspire, motivate, and heal lives and relationships across the globe. That's our mission. And use the hashtag morning manifestation when you do so that others may know, and share it. And if you haven't subscribed, please feel free to subscribe. And those who are inspired to do more, to be more, feel free to give, feel free to support our mission with a donation via Giveify. You can use the app, or you can use the online to the website. I'm going to place this in the chat so that you can see it, and it has a link there that you can click directly. You can click directly. I'm grateful for your participation. And I just want to remind you, as you go forth today, to be the change you desire to see. For they say, you know a man by the fruit that he bears. And we bear great fruit over here. We bear great fruit. So, thank you for continuously investing in your transformation. Thank you for investing in your transformation. We hope that you continue to be with us each morning at 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time throughout the week, and on the weekends at 8 a.m. We greatly appreciate you. Bring someone with you each time. Whether you're listening live or the replay, we are grateful for your participation. And without any further ado, have a great day, good people. Remember, we love you. We embrace you. And we honor you. For we see God in you. Be great, good people. Be great.